since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Rare re-review for me on the channel. I don't usually re-review beers. I'm close to 350 reviews, and I think this will be the fourth time I've ever done a beer a second time. I just figure I have so many beers that I need to review as it is. There's really no sense in like going back and reviewing them again. But with this one, I decided I should after a couple people said I should. So from Kern Brewing, this is Citra, their double IPA. 8% alcohol by volume. This beer, I think I talked about it in my last review of this that I did. This was like a super whale beer for me a long time ago. It says here 2011 gold medal winner. I moved back to San Diego in 2011 and tried to get this beer and didn't have it until last year. And last year I'd spent a week in Mexico for Thanksgiving, came back, and this was the first beer that I drank. So I lost my mind over it, loved it. It was an awesome, awesome beer. I got a couple bottles of this, and I posted the photo on my Instagram, and a couple people had said you need to review this batch because I guess the head brewer at Kern River left, and people are saying that this batch isn't as good or it's different or something's going on with it. So I wasn't going to review this. I just planned on drinking them and sharing them with some friends. And I decided after talking to some people on Instagram that I was going to re-review it. So like I said, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to. One thing I will say is they started they started dating their bottles. So I don't know if you can see that in the yellow writing. Bottled on November 2nd. Today's the 17th. So 2 weeks old. All Citra hopped, I do believe. Oh no, just kidding. There's Amarillo in here too. It's not just Citra, so. Yeah, 2011 gold medal winner. It's funny that that's still on here. You'd think they would update their label 5 years later, but whatever. So yeah, interested to see how I feel about this beer. I mean, I've been drinking so many New England style hazy juicy beers, wondering if this is, I can smell that, wondering if this still kind of holds up, so to speak. So let's go ahead and give her a second review, shall we? This beer, I did a King Sue re-review because the first King Sue review I did was before Mike Sabo went back to Toppling Goliath, so I re-reviewed that. I did a re-review of Main Dinner. Don't know why I did that. And then I've done a review of Pliny the Elder twice on this channel because the first time I did it was like early on in my reviews, and then the second time Nathan was with me and I was like, fuck it, let's review Pliny together. So we did it and it was fun. So this beer is crazy aromatic. There might be a chill haze on there, but it's kind of like a hazy, it's a darker, I don't know, it's like a dark tangerine color. About a half a finger of like an eggshell color head. The head's dissipating rather quickly. 8%, there's alcohol legs, there's some glass lacing. It looks like a West Coast style beer in the glass. I mean, I can't see, you guys can you see my finger through that? Probably a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not completely opaque, but it's definitely hazy. Not crystal clear, but it is a darker kind of, like almost to the amber color. Looks like a West Coast style beer in the glass. So I could smell that when we opened it, so let's go ahead and shove our nose in it. Yeah, so it's extremely pungent, but it's a little on the sweet side. Tons and tons of orange tangerines, sweet tangerines. But this almost smells, it smells like a higher alcohol beer than 8%, if that makes sense. It's sweet and bready underneath the citrus. There's grapefruit peel in there. There's a green herbaceous note to it. Like grassy, earthy. There's a little bit of dankness in there. I remember this being a lot juicier when I drank it last. This one smells a touch sweeter. This almost reminds me, it's not like as sweet, but almost reminds me of smelling Exponential Hoppiness from Alpine. It just has that sweet kind of bready thing, but tons and tons of orange, tangerine, citrus. There's like some pineapple in there. It's herbaceous, it's grassy. It's got a dank like note underneath all that citrus. So let's go ahead and see what it tastes like. Cheers. Ooh, that is really bitter. Super resinous, like lemon peel, grapefruit pith. So yeah, right away, all the orange and tangerine and pineapple you're getting, it's there, but it's not explosive at all. This is like a bitter bomb of a beer. Super pithy, like imagine eating lemon peels and grapefruit peels. Just that white pithy part of the orange grapefruit sits on your tongue. It's bitter, it's grassy, it's dank, resinous, finishes really, really dry. The nose is way better on this beer than the taste is. I remember this being a lot more juicy, much more tropical fruity, like candied kind of tropical fruit citrus. It's not there anymore. Wow, this kind of reminds me of when I had, when I know it's improved from what everyone said. I haven't had a bottle of it in probably a year, but when Green Flash first started brewing Nelson, it got super, this kind of tastes like a Green Flash brewed beer, which is, I mean, that's a total dickhead thing for me to say, but that's reminding me of that. It's super, super bitter. And just pithy. And just sits on your tongue. Interesting. It doesn't come close to what I had last time. Finishes really dry. I mean, 8%, you're not tasting booze, which is a good thing. The aroma is awesome, like sweet candied citrus, and it doesn't follow. I mean, there's citrus there, but the tropical fruits, the pineapples that you're smelling, it's kind of a letdown on the flavor of this. I mean, I gave this beer 100 last time, and it's not that anymore. That's a bummer, man. It's super piney, resinous, pithy. So the nose is killer. It still smells really good, but the taste just doesn't follow. It reminds me of like a stone beer, a beechwood beer, a Green Flash beer. It's crazy. Like, this used to be a whale beer, like I said. People used to seek this out. It traded huge. And it just kind of tastes like a run-of-the-mill IPA now. Crazy. It's weird. I don't know why. The aroma is awesome, and the flavor just, it falls way short. So, I mean, if I were to grade this, I mean, it's like a B+, 87-ish, 88. It's nowhere near the 100, not even close. It's not even an A beer. Like, I mean, I have another bottle of this that I'm going to share, but I wouldn't even care if this was my only bottle of this. It's fallen way off, so don't know. Not sure if it's hops that they had this year, if the Citra crop was weird, or if it's, like I said, I mean, it's a new person brewing, someone had mentioned. I mean, you still have the recipe, you would think. I don't know. But yeah, that's Citra Double IPA. I would say, yeah, like 87, 86. It's like in the B range. It's pretty okay. So yeah, if you guys have had this batch and you've had previous batches, let me know if I'm crazy. I think this just kind of falls short from what I had last. It was actually almost about a year ago. So this beer is really, I don't know, it's changed and not for the better. So that's it. I'm out of here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.